a young samurai. I smoke a spliff in a cup, and I pass a lot to my bro. No fuck with my flow. Couple bad bitches and a cup of that Joe. So it's just THC.
BBN, Jack Frost. What's up, party people? Hey, for the video even start, hit that like button, subscribe, and join the notification game. Hashtag Bronx Moments. Let's get it. Alright, so first thing I want to address is, and the main topic basically is the whole Kyrie Irving, LeBron James thing. Like, this kills me. When it first happened, the media, everybody in the media, at least everybody that I heard in the media, jumped out the window. Everybody was like, and I'm talking about, well, they jumped out in two ways. Let's address the first one that happened initially, and that was when Kyrie was supposedly making fun of LeBron James, throwing shots at LeBron. I don't even think I made a video for that. To be honest with you, I gotta check back. I don't think I made a video for that because I really didn't have a strong opinion on that. Just so y'all know, I don't make videos on every little detail that comes out because a lot of the time there just isn't enough information for me to want to delve into it. You understand what I'm saying? I'm tired of making videos and then it turns out I was actually right after the fact, and then I'm getting killed in the comment section. People not liking the videos. I just wasted all of that time making the video, and I'm getting killed in the video, and then 2-3 weeks pass and it turns out I was absolutely 100% correct, or like 90% or 80% or something like that. I mean, I probably still just need to make the videos anyway, you know, whatever. But I haven't been for that one purpose because there's just other things that I'm doing, and I can't just, you know, if people was watching the videos, then yeah. But anyway, so basically what happened is Kyrie Irving did the I'm coming home on the Snapchat or the Instagram or whatever that was, and you know, everybody was, not everybody, but it was supposedly he was throwing shots at LeBron. I kept hearing how he was throwing shots at LeBron. Everybody was talking about how he throwing shots at LeBron. Turned out he wasn't throwing shots at LeBron. No. He was just saying he wanted to play for the Knicks. For everybody that don't know, Kyrie Irving basically grew up in New Jersey. He's basically a New Jersey, you know, a native New Jerseyan. Jerseyan? I don't know. But he's from Jersey. Alright? So he was basically saying that he wanted to return home. That's it. I mean, that's really it. But what do people want to do? They always want to have some kind of crazy narrative. It got so crazy that freaking, I keep calling the commission David Stern. Adam Silver even chimed in talking about, because you know the way the NBA works, I'm not going to get into it, but you know they like to create rivalries. I'm just going to leave it at that. So Adam Silver even chimed in because he did not like that. He don't like that narrative. You know what I'm saying? They only want the storylines to run that they want the storylines to run. And that's why the off season is so much better than the actual season. Because in the off season, the storylines are organic. During the actual season, they're not organic. They're being constructed and they're being forced and they're being made. You know, that's why you really have to question the legitimacy of some of the game's outcomes. I'm just saying. So basically what's going on here is I didn't make a video for that, I don't believe. Now, the second thing that I did make a video for is when you had people talking about LeBron James talking about he wanted to punch Kyrie Irving in the face. Stephen A. Smith jumped out the window with that one, right? Oh man, Kyrie said he wanted to punch LeBron James in the face. A whole bunch of other people jumped out the window, went right with Stephen A. on that. Right with him. You know what I'm saying? And what did I say? I said it was probably just in a moment of anger. Like if anything, like if this happened, it was just in a moment of he was pissed off, something happened, and you know, he was like, yo, I slapped this dude in the face, or you know what I'm saying? He was standing right here. You know what I do to him? You understand what I'm saying? It wasn't like he was ever really going to do anything to Kyrie. LeBron too small for that. Like, he got too much going on. Too much to risk. And besides that, he just not that type of dude. I don't believe he is. You know what I'm saying? But I do believe he'd be upset and be like, yo, you know what I would do? So, like, that was a whole bunch of nothing to me. That was that was a whole bunch of nothing for me. So I made a video on that explaining how people just got this confused. And what does it turn out? Stephen A comes out a couple of days later and basically explains how everybody has that confused, and that is not necessarily what LeBron was intending to say when it was said. Look, everything is what it is, y'all. It really is what it is. But you could get your media from wherever you want to get it from. You could get your news from whoever you want to get it from. You could get it from the guy that drops 100 freaking videos a day of wherever, of whatever. Or you could get it from the guy that drops only a couple videos a day because he wants to be a little bit more accurate. He doesn't want to... If it's my opinion, I'm going to let you know, look, this is what I think. This is my opinion. You know, that's why at the end of the videos, I usually give my opinion. In the beginning, I usually give the facts. Look, this is what happened. Bang, bang. And had a lot of people jumping out the window, and those are just two more things that I was right about. And on top of that, if you even want to go back further about the LeBron James Kyrie Irving situation, before the playoffs started, before the finals started, I said if LeBron doesn't win, he's gonna want to leave the Cavs. I stated that in the past video, and I also said that after they lost, I said Kyrie is gonna want to leave because his name keeps coming up in trade rumors, and you know he feels disrespected, and that's basically what it is. He feels disrespected. He don't want to be there no more. So there's another two things that I was right about, that videos that I made way in the past, but I don't have that big of an impression in the NBA right now. So as far as my viewership, so it is what it is. Hopefully I get those numbers up. Hopefully I just make better videos. Let's try that, right? Let me just try to make better videos and we see what happens. Anyway, that's all I got on that. On the NFL, it's kind of interesting. Another thing that I didn't want to jump out the window on. This right here, as you could possibly see, is a couple of things I want to point out about how media here is a little bit different than media other places. I try to be as unbiased as possible, and I try to actually think things through before I just, you know, go crazy. Now, if I'm following stuff that like rappers are doing and it's kind of some kind of innocuous like crap that don't mean much or nothing, then I might just, you know, have fun with it. But when I'm following things that have a little bit more gravity to it, then I'm gonna definitely try to you know handle it as such. And so now we have the whole Mike Vick situation when he told homeboy to cut his hair, and everybody was so mad at Mike Vick. I was upset at Mike Vick too. I thought it was just some cool stuff. You know what I'm saying? But even when I initially made the first video about it, I left a little bit of room out there. Like, yeah, this is some cool stuff. Don't get me wrong, but it's just uncharacteristic. You know what I'm saying? It just was really, really uncharacteristic. So it turns out, Mike Vick, and I didn't even notice at that point. At that time, I did not notice. So I don't even know if when I made the video, he was actually working for the Kansas City Chiefs at that time, because I didn't even see the whole interview. But he works for the Kansas City Chiefs. And now, Mike Vick and the Kansas City Chiefs have considered to give a contract to Colin Kaepernick. So you could also look at it as, you know, maybe they just wanted to bring up the whole Colin Kaepernick name and in a forum where they could, you know, hopefully have some kind of buzz going. Whereas if they did decide to sign him, you know, it wouldn't be so much of an outrage, you know, and maybe they kind of would hope that he would cut his hair, and it seemed like he acquiesced a little and, you know, give in a little. I'm happy he didn't cut his hair. At least I hope he didn't cut his hair. I didn't see that he did or he didn't, but I hope that that is not something that Colin Kaepernick do. I personally call him Captain America because the most American thing you could do is rebel. Facts. How was this country created? It was a rebellion. So all of them people that talk about, you know, oh, he's the kneeling thing and all of this other stuff, you know, the country was created because the 13 colonies decided that they were going to rebel against the English, right? Right? That is how the country was created, right? So this country was created on the thought and the act of rebelling. So, I mean, when you do have somebody rebelling, and they're rebelling in a way in which they're trying to say, look, we have to be better. Not, I'm just gonna be a rebel because I'm just gonna be a rebel. Like, this isn't no teenager stuff. This is, we have to be better. That you have to give some kind of, respect to that. But no respect was given. At least not by enough people. At least not by people that anything could be done by, because obviously he is not currently on the roster. But this is the thing where I want to bring this up again, is because now you have another team who actually is thinking about they might sign him, and that team is not the Raiders. Like, you would think that it would be the Raiders. Like, there's somebody that nobody wants, and they have supposedly an attitude problem. You would think that the Raiders would want him, but it isn't even the Raiders. It's the Baltimore Ravens. So, that's a win-win right there, because people forget Colin Kaepernick took a team to the Super Bowl. So, he's working with that. So I'm definitely gonna keep track of that and see where that goes. As far as now, we got the Ravens and the Chiefs. Look, the NFL need Colin Kaepernick to be signed before the season starts. Whatever you're thinking about, believe that. Before the season starts, the NFL need Colin Kaepernick to be signed to a team. They're just trying to break him first. It didn't work. They need him to be signed to a team, because he is not signed. It will be so obvious how overt the racism is. It would just be too obvious. He's better than maybe 95 to 100% of the number 2 quarterbacks out there. And he's probably better than about 75% of the starting quarterbacks, if not 60% of the starting quarterbacks out there. You forget they didn't have an O-line when he was actually in San Francisco playing. If you give him an O-line, he's going to be able to do a lot better than what he did with his last go around in San Francisco. They had no O-line. Like, you got to think about that. Like, that's the thing that kills me when people talk about how good a quarterback is or how bad a quarterback is, right? They'll say, yeah, but this guy keeps throwing interceptions. Well, if you got a freaking defensive tackle his job is to stop the run, by the way. But if you have a defensive tackle, and that's why people like Warren Sapp is so praised, because he was a defensive tackle that got sacks. Just going to throw that out there. I could break it down a little bit further, but I'm not. But if you have a defensive tackle and you got a freaking defensive end bearing down on you every single time you snap the ball, and then you got a linebacker coming from the other side, and then you have them blitzing the freaking cornerback from your blind side every now and then, you're going to throw quite a few interceptions if those blocks aren't picked up. That's just facts. That's the way football works. That's why defensive coordinators are so important. You're just going to throw interceptions. You're going to get sacked. It's just, that's what it is. There's no way to get around that. If you don't have an offensive line, if you don't have backs who can block, if you don't have tight ends who can block, if you don't have the ability to get your quarterback 3 to 4 seconds in order for him to be able to, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, deliver. If he don't have that much time, then there's going to be sacks all over the place. That's just facts. So, people got to take that into consideration when they talk about how successful a quarterback is in the NFL. And you also got to take that into consideration when you talk about how good wide receivers are, because you'll have a wide receiver that will be on a team that doesn't have any offensive line, and then they won't produce, but then they'll go to a team that has a pretty decent offensive line, and they'll be able to produce, because now you can shake and get your man open, you could do double moves, and you can get open for the quarterback to have enough time to deliver the ball to you. I mean, football is the guy next to you have to do his job in order for you to be able to do your job, and that's just facts. Anybody that doesn't know that. Anyway, that's about all I got on football right now. But I'm definitely gonna make sure I do videos on that, because I'm interested in that. That's something that's definitely interesting. I want to see what happens with Colin Kaepernick. And I believe that he's going to be signed before the season starts, because it's just going to, if he isn't, it's just going to be just such a sign how overt the racism is in the NFL currently. Okay, so that's all I got for you today. Just 2 segments. And I'm going to close it out with a video. And then I'm going to leave the link in the description, and I'm not going to play the whole video. I'm just going to play it like a nice little portion of the video. Link is in the description. Yo, tell me what y'all think about the video. I want to know what y'all think about this music, because if y'all like the music, definitely if you like the music, if you like the song, like the video. Like, not just his video on the link, like this video right here. Definitely if you like the song. You hate everything else I talked about, but you like the song, like the video. Excellent. That's how that's gonna work. So, okay, so like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. That's all I got on this one. I'm out.